Welcome to Shreveport-Bossier Local Lens, the podcast dedicated to sharing the stories of the people making a difference in the Shreveport-Bossier community. Hosted by Jeremy Sutton, each episode dives deep into inspiring conversations with local leaders, creators, and change makers who bring unique perspectives and positive impact to our area. This episode of the Shreveport-Bossier Local Lens Podcast is brought to you by the Mobility Doctor. The Mobility Doctor is serving Shreveport-Bossier, Benton, and Haughton with mobile wellness and physical therapy services. Call or text 318-278-0330 to see if you can benefit from mobile wellness and PT services. Hey everybody, welcome to the Shreveport-Bossier Local Lens Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Sutton. I'm here at Aire Serv in Shreveport. Are we still in Shreveport or are we in Keithville now?
We're in Keithville.
Keithville, Shreveport. I'm with Shelly and Kevin Poston of Aire Serv, and we're going to be talking about their business, and they're going to be sharing their story and all that cool stuff. So, guys, thank y'all so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's just start with, how did y'all end up here?
Well, I've been doing this pretty much all my life, and so I was working for my dad, and then I went off on my own. I think that was 2013, and so me and Shelly opened up our own HVAC business in June of 2013.
Okay. Awesome. How has that been since y'all opened? It's all been easy, hasn't it?
Sure.
I wish I could say that.
Like any business, it has its ups and downs, ebbs and flows like the ocean.
It's good.
But
It's
good.
good. It's good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like anything else. You got the hills and the valleys, and so we just take the good and the bad and just roll with it.
Yeah. What do you think the difference was, or how different was it from going to working for your dad to then now owning your own business?
Well, working for somebody and then owning your own business is, then you have all the responsibility,
Right.
and all the headaches,
Right.
and that's what I wasn't prepared for, you know.
Yes, sir.
It's been a big learning curve, going from just a technician and going out just fixing somebody's air conditioner to coming in and doing everything, you know, helping the guys and keeping them lined out, to the girls in the office, to all the aspects of business, you know. So that's been a big learning curve for me, and that's one of the reasons why we went with Aire Serv, is because they had we started off as Poston Heat and Air, and then we bought into Aire Serv, which is a franchise, which has really helped me as a business owner, because they have they have all the tools, the systems you need to run a successful system in a business. So that's been really good for us. And it's helped us out tremendously.
Sure. How long were y'all Poston before you switched over to Aire Serv?
From 13 to 18.
Okay.
We were actually, what's that, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so about 5 years we were Poston, and then we went into Aire Serv. So it's still, you know, so it's DBA, Poston,
right.
DBA, Aire Serv. So,
sure.
But it's been really, I feel like it's been a blessing for us to do the Aire Serv system, and to get the systems in place, and it has helped us grow the business.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think, so I was a PT for 8 or 9 years before I bought my first business. And I was like, oh, I'm a PT. I know how to do this. But then I went from being the treating therapist, which is basically a technician, to now I have a business. Now I have one employee, and now I have to do billing. And it's everything.
Right.
And if the toilet breaks, you're fixing it. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. And then 3 weeks in, you're like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
You take one hat off to put on another hat.
Yeah. It's funny because, you're the one that's getting chewed out if something goes wrong, and you're the one plunging the toilet, all the things, right?
Yes.
So I appreciate we were by ourselves, and then we bought into the franchise, and it made a big difference, because I understand. I've lived that too. What do you think has been the most rewarding part of just being a business owner here in Shreveport-Bossier?
Meeting new people.
Yeah.
And work, and just working with the public, and new people that come in, and new customers, and all the business owners you get to meet, and stuff like that. That's been and helps you out along the way too. Even though some people may not have HVAC experience, but they have business experience, can kind of help you
Sure.
along the way as well. So that's been really really good for me anyway. I don't know about Shelly, but
So have you been involved in the business since 2013?
Yes.
Okay. What mostly do you do?
Um,
Everything.
pretty well. I wouldn't say everything. We have a good, like I said, the good team inside the office. I have 2 great girls that take care of the phones down to bouncing the checkbook, and I like to do the marketing side of it. Basically, meeting the new people, doing the happy calls or the sad calls, and try to make them happy calls.
Right.
Trying to win new customers in, or meet new people in business groups that I've been in and get new customers that way, or going to the chamber things and just mingling. And that's what I love the most is the people.
Yeah. That's what I tell my wife all day. If I could make a living just doing this podcast, I would never touch another person because I just love to talk. It's like
I do too.
that's like my spirit. That may be my spiritual gift is just running my mouth.
I think that is mine. Besides, I have a passion for. I guess it comes from when I worked in the medical field, taking care of people on that level, and I try to bring that here,
right,
in a different aspect. You've got to just listen to them. They're hot, they're cold, they're frustrated because somebody else came out there and didn't do a proper diagnostic, and they have to call somebody else and start all over again. So it's just being an ear and just listening, and that's the key with anything. You have to listen.
Sure, like people want to be heard.
Then react. Exactly. Being heard is a big deal.
Yes, ma'am. You said something I want to back up on. I may get the words not exactly right, but you said I take the sad calls and try to turn them into happy calls.
Correct.
Like, how do you do that? Because I think that's very important.
There's always a reason to find a positive when there's a negative. And what I mean by that is that this customer calls and their experience wasn't the best with a previous company, or even if we've done something wrong. And then the girls will say, Shelly, this person's got a problem. Can you talk to them? It's the calm in the storm. You listen to what happened. You let them explain what they did. You look up what the problem was and try to just change it around. Send that technician back out or another technician. I don't charge them.
Right.
If we've done something that we're not supposed to, or they don't feel comfortable with something and they don't feel like it's fixed properly, we do a second opinion with another technician and we make it right.
Right.
That way they call back and go, you did that for us. Well, thank you for that. You didn't have to. I said, well, it saves you from calling somebody else and starting all the way over.
Right.
So if we can do our, second diagnostic, whatever you want to call it, on it, and it might be something critical to them, and it might be just where a wire nut got left loose, or, we didn't flip a switch on a furnace or something simple, and then they're like, wow, that was easy, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
because sometimes we make mistakes too as business owners.
We're humans.
Right.
Saved by grace.
Everybody's going to make mistakes.
Yes.
It's how you handle your mistakes. And
you can react, but don't.
And that's something that, I'm big on, is trying to make things right, because we're going to make mistakes, because we are human. And the equipment that we sell is made by humans. You have something that has a person putting it in, and it's electrical, anything can happen at any time. So it's our job to make things right, and to and that's the most important phone calls we can have is for somebody to give us negative feedback, because we can't change anything if they don't tell us.
Right.
Even if they don't use us again, that's the most valuable phone call I can get. Yeah. Is to tell me that I did something wrong, so that I can correct it in here, and that way it doesn't happen again. And that way
we learn from
we can keep things moving forward and keep people happy.
Yeah.
So as an owner, I like to hear the negative feedback over the positive, because positive is always going to be positive.
That's right.
But you can't change anything bad if you don't hear anything bad.
Yeah.
So that's something that I like. I want those calls coming in if we did something wrong, and we will fix it.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever met Paul Reeser, but he owned a lot of Sonic. They were the Reeser group over in Bossier.
We've done work for him.
Love Paul. So I saw him a couple of weeks ago, first time in about probably 2 years. But he told me one time, he said, I always try to say yes when somebody asks me, can we have a hamburger with no bread? Yes. Can we have a cherry? I don't know. And he would say, yeah. And I'm like, if it's at all possible, we try to say yes.
Yes.
And I try to do the same thing. You can't always do it.
Right.
But I think sometimes I feel like the bar is so low on serving people, because most people just don't even do what they say.
Well, they expect the bad.
Yeah.
And that's the way, in the service industry, that's just the way they are. You can call any HVAC company in this town. They're going to serve you, but are they going to serve you well?
Right.
We've had customers call us after other HVAC companies have come out, and they're just frustrated, and they don't understand. So I'm like, okay, why don't I do this for you? Why don't I waive your diagnostic fee? Let us come out. Let's see what's wrong. We'll come up with a game plan.
Yeah.
One woman cried. She's like, you
Sure.
wouldn't charge me to come out there? No, ma'am. You've already paid this company. Let's just see what's going on. We can verify if they've told you what is correct, or if they haven't, then let's come up with a solution.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out together. And they just don't they're like wowed by that. You're losing money when you don't take your diagnostic. It's not going to break me.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you.
Right.
Let me love on you. This is how I get to love on you back.
Yeah. And I think, how many times do you just love on somebody that it always comes back?
It does.
And you don't do it that way, right? Like we're all Christians. We're not, if you're doing something for a reason, then you're doing it for the wrong reason.
It's your discernment for that customer.
That's right.
You feel something for them.
Yeah.
And they appreciate that, because they'll in the nighttime when it's 9:00 at night and their AC's not cooling, who are they going to call?
Yeah.
The one that disappointed them, or the one that stood up for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Win friends and influence people is how I look.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and HVAC is like, that's serious here, because we're like at the equator. I've never been to the equator, but I'm pretty sure it feels like Louisiana in the summer.
We're first step away from the 80s,
we're one step. We're one step from that. But in our house in Bossier, we bought like in 2010. It had a 1.5 ton AC in it. And of course, the inspector said, yeah, it looks great. It's fine. But what he didn't tell me was it was not the right size. We need a 3.5 ton. Yep. And so for however many years, it barely limped along. And then we had somebody, kind of a brother-in-law situation, come help me with the AC. I helped him put it in, and it never worked right. And then that outside unit ended up going out. And then I had another one put in, and it still didn't work right. And I was just so...
You're undersized.
I'm almost like crying at this point, because I've paid $10,000 or whatever. Of course, that was 10 years ago. Yes. And finally I found a guy who I absolutely love, and he came and looked at it, and he's like, oh, you need a bigger vent right here, and you need this one little 39-cent piece of metal that's a filter or something. And he put it in, and like you could hang meat in our bedroom after that.
That's awesome.
And I just I wanted to hug him, and he doesn't do work anymore.
Right.
For AC, he doesn't do HVAC anymore, but I'm like, anytime somebody would ask, I'm like, call this guy, because he's honest.
Because he took care of
you. And he took care of me.
And he went the extra mile to find out what the problem was.
He was like, they should have done a bigger duct here. And I was like, well, how much would that cost? It was a few $100s. Like, why didn't they say that? I would have.
They don't think about it. They want the bottom line.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when you find people that are honest and are, you stick with them. So I hope I can ask this. I think I saw that y'all don't charge overtime.
That is correct.
So, I did a few months ago. I said, hey, I want to find business owners. I want to come do a 30-second promo. And, nothing. And I think you commented on, hey, I'd love to have you here. Yes. And I was like, yeah. And then I kind of got busy. Time got busy. I think it was around Christmas. Mm-hmm. And then I just didn't think about it. And then I saw you post something about not charging overtime. And immediately I told my wife, I said, I'm going to interview them, because that is insane that they are that good, that they do that. So talk about why.
Well,
there's a lot of reasons behind it.
That's part of the Aire Serv thing. So when we were posting, we actually did charge overtime. And so when we became Aire Serv, and then, it's a courtesy, basically. If you have customers that come in here and are using you, and you want to, because everybody's charging this overtime thing. I see more and more people are going away from overtime. I see there's a couple of companies here, I can't remember, but I think I've seen something that they're not charging overtime now. And I think it's because things are just getting so ridiculous priced. If you haven't priced an HVAC system lately, it's sticker shock.
Yeah.
I mean, even for me in this all my life, to see how things have escalated so fast, and the prices have gone out. It used to, we didn't have a price increase every year.
Right.
Now we're having 2 and 3 prices increases every year. And thank goodness that has slowed down since COVID or whatever. But it's slowed down to now it's just basically a 1 again. But used to there were 2 to 3%. Now there's 7 to 8%. And so HVAC is just going up. Last year we did have 2 price increases. We had 1 in January, and then we had 1 around April. So we're just trying to help the homeowner not have to spend as much money on service. And so that's the biggest reason. We're just trying to help our customers.
I mean, I love it. Immediately I was like, oh, I'm like, I need to, the next time they need to come out to my house and work on my stuff. Because I called a plumber one time because I thought we had a leak in our house in Bossier, and it was Friday at 5 p.m. And he was like, he said, let me tell you how to check this, because I just sat down to eat a steak with my wife. And if I get up from this table, it is going to cost you so much money that you're going to it'd just be better to tear the house down. And so I was thankful that he was honest, and he told me how to check. And he's like, you don't have a water leak. The water meter's not moving. You're fine. And I don't remember what it was, but I was like, thank you for being honest.
But think about it this way too, that if you're at work all day long, you haven't been in your house.
Yeah.
How do you know your AC stopped? Mm-hmm. Do you have a notification that comes across your phone or your watch? No. So you get home at 5 o'clock. Oh gosh, it's 90 degrees in my house.
That's
What's
right.
going on? And my thermostat's, well, you call us, we come out there, it's a clogged drain line. We're flat rate pricing anyway. We don't charge by the hour.
Right.
You have a price that has the labor included.
Right.
You might have a diagnostic, but we waive that diagnostic fee if you make the repair the same day. Or if we can't make that repair that day, we take it off your repair bill when we come back. So it's not your fault that you didn't know your AC wasn't working. So why am I going to punish you to pay me extra? That's not fair. I wouldn't want to do it at our house if our plumbing broke down. But we have such a neighborly home base that we have such wide variety of services that our neighborly brand covers with plumbing, with windows, with everything, that it helps us if they have other problems that we see. Hey, your ceiling fan's broke. Call Mr. Appliance. They don't charge overtime either. We can give you their card.
We don't have the Mr. Electric here.
Yeah, but Mr. Appliance does that too.
We have several. But
there's different things. But it's just a way to give back.
There's several neighborly companies here that we do business with that, that provide the same service that we do. They're going to give you good service.
And you get discounts on it.
And so that's another good thing about being in the neighborly group with Aire Serv. We have stuff like that we can, when homeowners, especially like if new homeowners come in town and they don't have anybody to do their plumbing or their electrical or their HVAC, we can help them out with that too.
So when you say neighborly,
so neighborly is the company that is the hub. Like, so they're out of Waco,
mm-hmm.
so they own all the franchise. Mm-hmm. They have the franchises. So there's
Gotcha.
Mr. Electric,
okay,
Mr. Rooter,
Window Genie,
Glass Doctor. So we're all affiliated. So we're all under that hub of neighborly.
Right.
And so when we come to your house and we're working on your HVAC, and sometimes homeowners say, hey, do you know who could do plumbing?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll say, yeah, Mr. Rooter.
Yeah.
They say, hey, I need somebody to do
power washing.
My dishwasher's broke.
Yep.
Well, hey, call Mr. Appliance.
Right.
I know these people. We
do dinner with them.
We go to eat breakfast with them every so often, and just get together, and we refer business back and forth to one another, and they're good people, and they provide really good services, like like I would.
Like you do.
And so and they're gonna take care of you, and so that's another good thing about being part of neighborly and this Aire Serv group. And we get together with them twice a year at meetings, and so it's a really neat thing.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, with my business, going to people's homes and offices and doing therapy, like I've tried to put together a list of people. Like I have a yard guy that I know I can trust. I have a handyman. I have I have 2 or 3 cleaning services. Got, an HVAC person. So like I know, because I will not refer somebody to somebody that I don't know.
Exactly. I won't either.
Because I had, I don't know if y'all know Tiffany Welch owns Prestige Cleaning. Mm-hmm. So she cleans one of my clients' homes, and I called her and I said, hey, Tiffany, you got to do a good job on this patient, because she's going to fire me and you if you don't. And I was like, I don't want to lose her. And they came and blew them away. And I know I didn't have to call her, but I knew her. So I was like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up.
Yes.
This is like the Queen of England. You're about to go clean.
Right.
But she just blew her away. And the lady talks about her all the time. They're still good. They've been cleaning her house for over a year.
Well, when you have a positive experience, you're going to pass it on to somebody else. You just will.
Yeah. So I love that y'all have that kind of that in-house, with that umbrella of the neighborly company, because I want to know who to send people to. Because I grew up over in Arcadia. When I moved over, my wife told me on our first date she would never move to Ruston, which is where I was living. So I was like, well, I guess I'm coming over here. And I have been for the last 16 years. But I didn't know who to call for my car, my AC, none of that stuff. Because I grew up with all the people back home, right? Yeah. And so now I have a mechanic, Torrance Harvin in Bossier. I talked to him yesterday because my battery was messed up. I was like, what do you think this is? Like, probably your battery's dead. I was like, great. I called him. I broke down on I-30 in Nashville last February, And I called him. I was like, and so it was my alternator. I was like, what am I about to spend? And he told me, and it was way more than what he told me. But anyway, like you have to have people that you can trust. So I love that y'all have that neighborly company where hey, we eat dinner with this guy 2 times a year. He is not going to, take advantage of you.
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. And that's what businesses are supposed to be. I love that it's Aire Serv because y'all are obviously servants at heart.
Exactly.
And so you have to do that. I think that's the only way to have a business is to serve people.
Well, if you're in the service industry and you don't have a servant's heart, you need to go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
It's a hand-in-hand experience. Yeah. And, I've always had a knack for people, even when I was a teenager, when I worked at Office Depot. Not that I'm giving them a plug, I'm just saying. But it's just something I enjoy. I get to know people. And even, in the hospital setting, you're taking care of them. You hear them when they're hurting.
Yeah.
They're have a bad diagnostic and they want to know, they want to feel better.
Yeah.
So, I take that literally here. We're doing a diagnostic for the biggest appliance you have in your house. And if you choose us, great. If you don't, then do what you got to do. That's fine. I don't get my feelings hurt. I don't cry about it. Right. I understand. We'll get a phone call back. Yeah. 95%.
Yeah. I mean, I love what you said about the negative interactions, like those you learn from that. Because now, so I've been a PT for 17 years. I had hair when I started. And I'm like,
why you don't?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and I think it's more my family. Anyway, so that's another topic. That's another topic. But I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, there are a million different exercises. There's 100 different ways to treat this. If you don't like anything that we do today or tomorrow, just tell me because I have no ego. It doesn't hurt my feelings anymore. I've been doing this long enough where I know it's not personal.
Exactly.
Just tell me. We'll fix it. Like we can do something else.
Communicate to me is the big thing, whether you like me or not.
Because what I noticed when I was younger is I would discharge people at the end and I would say, and they say, well, this one exercise we kept doing, it kept hurting me. I'm like, you never said anything. Right. Well, I didn't want to upset you. I'm like, oh, no, I'm sorry that I made you think I would be upset because I know that's probably what I was doing. I'm like, just tell me. I don't care. Like, and that has been the best thing for my business and for my treatment is because I'm like, you're not hurting my feelings. It's not personal.
Words are hard sometimes.
Words are hard.
But we're grown.
Yeah.
I'm not 10 years old anymore.
Professional.
We're professional people. Yeah. We don't wear feelings on our sleeves. We're going to be okay.
That's right.
And we're going to come up with a solution.
That's right. That's
how we are.
That's right. If you're not taking food out of my kids' mouths, then we're good.
Exactly.
So one of the things that let's transition a little bit and then we'll wrap up. But just talk about a little bit, how can we keep our HVAC system running smoothly?
So maintenance is the key because dirt is our enemy in HVAC. And so just 1/20th of an inch of dirt on your blower wheel can cut your efficiency by over 50%.
Wow.
So keeping things clean, changing your filters, having it maintenance twice a year, making sure all the components, because a lot of people don't understand when we come to you and tell you, hey, your capacitor is weak. It's still working, but it's weak. Well, what that means is that it's working, but it's called that capacitor helps that motor start and run cool, whether it's the motor or whether it's a blower motor, whether it's a condenser fan motor or the compressor. So if that is weak, what is happening is it's causing your motors to overamp. What is that doing? It's breaking it down. It's breaking your windings down, and then it's getting weaker and weaker. So it's going to cause your system to crash earlier. And so it's very important to have it clean, to make sure that all the components in it are correctly. So the capacitor's got the right amperage and everything that it's supposed to have to help that motor run cool and efficient, to help it start like it's supposed to. Those are make sure that the contactors aren't pitted, make sure there's no voltage drop against the contactors, because just 2 volts of power drop across that contactor could kill your compressor. So those are very important things to do, and those are things that people don't understand. And another thing that people don't understand is that air conditioner's not plug and play. So I just want to touch on this subject. I know we're getting I'm getting off of
you're fine.
The maintenance side of things, but because I go in homes every day and then we give a recommendation. Well, it's been working like this for 13 years, and I understand that, but it's not plug and play. What I'm trying to explain to you is we need to match the system properly. That's why we go in and do a heat load. We want to make sure we got the right size system for your home, so that's going to cool your home efficiently, get out the moisture, the humidity level in your home, and run and keep you cool and efficient, and it's not killing you with SWEPCO every month.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is those things are very important that we come in and do those full diagnostics and full evaluation of your home to get you the right system. And there's so many systems out there now.
Sure.
As far as it doesn't matter which brand you go with. I mean, you got used to it you had single stage and two stage. Well, now you got single stage, two stage, variable stage. You got everything in between,
Yeah.
and furnaces as well. So
Right.
so you can get anything you want to. But it's very important for us to evaluate your ductwork because there's so many houses that are undersized on ductwork. Just like you were talking about
Yeah.
your house, you needed another duct, and that's been working.
Right.
So
And I appreciate that.
some people think that you're out to get them, but that's not the case.
Right.
We're really there to do a full evaluation. Now we're not going to push you if you don't want to do that.
Right.
But we are going to make you sign something.
Yeah.
Or most HVAC companies will. That
Yeah.
hey,
We
this is
told
one recommendation, but this is you don't want to do that. That's fine, but we'll do it your way. But if it fails, then understand that we're going to have to back up at punt and get this right. So, but so those are the two biggest things: maintenance and making sure if you are buying a new HVAC system, making sure they're coming in and doing a full evaluation of your home, doing a heat load, checking your duct, and make sure that you got the proper duct size, and putting the system in. Because the thing about it is, we want you to get your money out of this system, and so we want you. And just like we changed out one of our bookkeepers systems a while back.
Right after she started here.
Well, two of them actually, our
Yep.
old bookkeeper and our new bookkeeper.
Yep.
So most customers don't tell us this, but we got the feedback from them. So our old bookkeeper, we put in a 18-SEER variable stage system in her home, and she's got a smaller home than Danielle, but her electric bill is like $180 a month, and it dropped it down to like $95 a month.
Wow.
And Danielle's went from over $200 something a month down to less than
95.
to like $100 something
Yeah.
a month. So when you go in and do a full evaluation and you put the right size system in there and you match it correctly, those are the results you can have.
Sure. Yeah. That happened at our house too.
So
When the guy came and fixed it, I was like,
Mhm.
our electricity bill went down.
Exactly.
Imagine that. Because it's
Yeah.
working right.
yeah, so
It's not struggling and working harder.
we go to classes. We matter of fact, I've done sent one of my guys just got back from a class. We actually we're getting ready. Well, in summertime, we're gearing up for summer now, so we don't do a lot of training in the summer because we're so busy.
Sure.
But we spend a lot of time in the wintertime on our downtime doing training. And two of my guys just got back from a duck to a was it a duck?
Something. I think it's a duck class.
No, it was
And sizing things properly.
duck sizing
Yeah.
class. I think that's what I sent them to. I can't remember.
I get it. Don't worry. I get it.
But yeah, so I got two guys that just went to that class, and then
One guy got back from Colorado from a class.
just went to Colorado to a class, and then this winter when we come back, we're actually teaming up with another company this year. We're actually going to have a lot of different training on a lot of the newer stuff coming out, and to help them be able to do their jobs better.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we do a lot. We try to do about 80 hours a year
That's great.
of training.
Communication,
Sometimes it don't always work out. That's what we try to do. So
Sure.
we try to do continuous, try to keep these guys in front of some classrooms, and we got some good guys. I mean, that work for us. So
Awesome. Last question I have, because I'm selfish and I want to know: do we do a heat pump or not in Louisiana?
we have heat pumps in Louisiana. Yes.
We have two.
So heat pumps work very well in this area.
Okay.
So if you have a all electric home, I suggest a heat pump.
Okay.
It will save you money.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
It's
Awesome.
not as scary as gas to me because I'm scared.
I don't have where I live. I don't have an option for gas,
Uh-huh.
so we have all electric. So I have two heat pumps.
Yeah. We're all electric too.
So
Okay, cool. Awesome. What area do y'all serve? Is it like Shreveport-Bossier, Haughton, Benton, or is it just?
we actually service a wide range, big area. We actually have two locations. We have one here in Shreveport, Keithville, Shreveport, and then we have one in Natchitoches.
Okay.
So we do Natchitoches. So we do everything up this area. So Shreveport, Bossier, of course, Haughton,
Princeton.
Okay.
We go to Plain Dealing. We go as high as Plain Dealing,
Okay.
and then we go down. We go over to the Texas line, of
Mhm.
course, and then we go as far east as Menden, And as
Oh,
far south
right there.
is Natchitoches.
Okay.
So all that
Huge
Norman,
area.
Shadow.
Manny,
Mansfield,
Yeah.
Manny, all that.
Awesome.
So
Good. How do people contact y'all to get in touch with you for
You
service?
can call us at 318-933-8327.
Mhm.
We also have a website, www.aireserv, AIRESERV.com/Shreveport. And you can book an appointment on that website too, and even order your own filters.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get them sent to your house at a discounted price with no shipping. And they can do them reoccurring monthly, every 6 months, or every year, depending on what kind of filter you have. And it's a lot less than buying on Amazon. If they come in damaged, they'll replace them for free. Amazon does not do that.
Plus, that's good because I just don't change mine because I forget.
Shame on you. Sounds like we need to put a maintenance on
Yeah,
your
you just go to my house. My wife would be like, "Get them over here." Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much. It's been
Sure.
great.
thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Shreveport-Bossier Local Lens. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast to help us spread the word about the amazing people in our community.